a theme that was prevalent throughout the book was this idea. You say a few times in there, had this happen at a different point in your life, you might not have been mature enough, or can you maybe go back? What are a couple, maybe give me one or two things in your career, and you talked about, you have missteps or you fight in a war, or give me one or two life experiences that you really think have shaped you to be the person who was able to deal with this and who has really bounced back from something that for a lot of people would have we would have found a way to pull the plug, essentially.
Well, everybody looks at somebody who is rich and famous and successful and says, wow, what a success. And you start thinking, boy, it must have been easy and whatever. Nobody that becomes incredibly successful does so overnight. The book, The Outliers, was talking about what it took for the Beatles to be successful, what it took for the greatest hockey player to be successful, what it took for Bill Gates to become the incredible success he was. And in The Outliers, their theme was, it was about 10,000 hours of experience before somebody achieved great success. And 10,000 hours, Gates had 10,000 hours on computers by the time that he was 22 or 23 years old. He was 18 hours a day working with computers. It became his entire life. And so, when I look back on my career, let's say these words. Courage comes from confidence, and confidence comes from experience. Now think about that for a minute. Courage comes from confidence, and confidence comes from experience. You aren't courageous the first day on anything, but if you have enough experiences, you get confident and you can find the courage. In building the RE/MAX organization, I had undergone everything that founders do. I had terrible lawsuits. I had lots of mistakes I made trying to learn how to become a manager and a leader. I had losses that occurred in my life that I devoted 18 hours a day to building a business and threw away a wife and children. This road to success wasn't this colorful road that was lined with roses, but if you learn from each of the mistakes and you start to mold your life, each one of those failures you learn from, each one of them that you overcome makes you stronger. I remember laying in bed, probably after waking up for 3 or 4 months. I'm working really hard at my therapy. As a matter of fact, my therapist and my nurses were so good. I would say, I want to work another hour, but I hurt so much. Come on, give me a shot of morphine. And they would give me a shot right into my IV of morphine, and I would try to work for another hour because I was desperate to get better. Somebody looked at me and said, Dave, God won't give you any more than you can handle. And I would say, well, I don't know about you, but whatever it is, I'm surviving. I hope to hell he never gives me anything this hard again, because I don't want to ever do anything this hard again. And so, every time you live through a disaster, every time you live through another traumatic experience, anything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
And that's actually, that's a cliche in some ways, but it's true, right?
Yes, it is true. And, there are muscles in your arms and legs, and there's muscles in your brain. Self-discipline, that's a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger you become. And so when you overcome the day-to-day obstacles, and there's obstacles out there for everybody, and then when you start seeing what other people are facing, it's so much easier. This wasn't just an automatic thing that I became successful overnight. I had the confidence to rebuild my life because of all the minor day-to-day failures that I overcame and the successes that I had achieved.